their establishment, they can simply post a sign saying so. Permit holders will honor that sign, just as I did. But criminals could care less and will carry anyway, just as they do now and have always done. Laws mean nothing to murderers. For those of you who are concerned about guns and alcohol being in the same place, similar carry laws are already in over 40 other states within the U.S. This law is working in these states, and none of these states have repealed this law since it was put in place. Then why the huge concern in Ohio? You cannot drink or be under the influence of alcohol or drugs and be in possession of your firearm under the restaurant carry bill. Guns and alcohol do not mix, and they won't mix by law-abiding citizens. The only person that would mix them and hurt or kill someone is a person that is going to do it anyway, regardless of the law. Believe me, right to carry permit holders, they do not want to lose that permit. That law drew an invisible line for me at Johnny's front door. It's a law that I understood as foolish, but because I was scared of prison and losing my permit if caught, I left my gun locked in my vehicle just outside the front door. And now I stand before you as a 34-year-old widow. Ben and I had dreams together. I wanted to be a mother. We had already purchased a baby crib and started making plans with our doctor to start a family. Now those dreams are shattered. My life is completely altered. I leave work every night and go to a lonely, dark, quiet house that once was a home full of light and laughter. This is my reality. I pray something this horrific never happens to you or someone that you love. The pain is just about unbearable. It is better to have trained, law-abiding citizens present that can stop a tragedy such as what Ben and I went through. Self-defense is not vigilante behavior. You're not out looking for the bad guy trying to punish him. The bad guy finds you, and you simply want to survive. I can tell you that when seconds count, the police are minutes away. I know. I've been there. They will get there in just enough time to put up the crime scene tape and take pictures of your loved one. It is impossible for the police to be anywhere and everywhere at any time. Please focus on the criminals and not those of us who have spent the valuable time and money to get these permits and act responsibly. There was nothing to prevent that animal from coming into that restaurant and murdering my precious husband. The law didn't stop him, but it sure stopped me from stopping my husband's death. I want you for one moment, all of you, just one moment, to imagine sitting in a restaurant with someone that you love dearly, whether it be your wife, your husband, your children, whoever you care the most about. Someone starts to pull a gun from underneath their jacket. They point the gun at your loved one. You're completely helpless to stop what you see is coming. Then they shoot your loved one in the head, right in front of you. They don't just shoot once. Basically, they unload that weapon into your loved one. My husband was not shot just once. He was shot again, and again, and again, and again, and again. I pray you don't wait until this sort of thing happens to one of your loved ones before you decide to do something about it. I'm furious with the man that did this to Ben and I. I'm also angry with those lawmakers in Tennessee that made my husband's death so easy. They legislated me out of my right to protect my husband. Being able to move on from something as horrific as this does not come easy. I still see Ben killed in my mind. I have a very difficult time sleeping. I have flashbacks that occur at any given time. It is something that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I wouldn't even wish it on the man that murdered Ben. I hope that what I've said before you today will really make you think about how important this bill is and why it needs to be passed. Please vote on the issue and not just with your political party. For Ben, it was the difference between life and death. You are the everyday citizens who worked long, tiring hours because you saw that things needed to be changed in your state. Because of your concern and diligence, you were chosen and given the title senator with much trust from other citizens in this state. Those citizens, as well as yourselves, should never have to go through anything even remotely close to what I'm going through. It could happen to any of you. Politicians are not immune from stalking, nor robberies, or death. You can make a difference and help people have a fighting chance at survival instead of just being pure victims like Ben and I were. Thank you.
First of all, thank you for what I'm sure has to be very difficult but extremely compelling testimony today, and let us extend our sympathies for your loss. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I think it really puts into focus why this legislation has been introduced. Are there questions? Hearing none, we thank you very much.
Thank you.